Law Simplified with Justice, the new informative, educative, and thought-provoking program is what you need to keep abreast with law and politics. This exciting and truly refreshing program is anchored by Justice Maduforo, a solicitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a soul-searching discussion here with my colleague. We've been dissecting sole responsibility under the immigration rule, those under 18 and those above 18 years of age as well.
Law Simplified with Justice understands that law is a powerful driver to human behavior. It is therefore poised to simplify the law and get you to take action.
Bring it to your doorstep and simplify it the way that you will understand.
Contact Justice by calling 07931 727 597 or email lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk. Law Simplified with Justice, bringing the best to the audience.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure once more to welcome you to this program, Law Simplified with Justice. And I want to thank you all for tuning into this program, and I encourage you to continue to tune into this program. I remain your host, Justice Maduforo. While I anchor this program, I bring in the very best of the topics to discuss with you. As I did always say, law is a powerful driver to human behavior, and it's important that we engage. Ladies and gentlemen, today is not an exception to the previous periods. I've brought you very exciting topics ranging from immigration law to criminal law to employment law to contracts law and business law, and subsequently also to oil and gas law. Today, I'll be discussing immigration law, but I will still have to base on a segment of immigration law. Today's topic is asylum. Ladies and gentlemen, today's topic is asylum. It's important that you understand what asylum means. Certain people don't understand what it means actually, and so sometimes they don't understand that they fall within this category. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to move on to introduce this topic to you. Asylum, what does it mean? Now, the 1951 United Nations Convention on the status relating to the status of refugees recognizes a refugee as a man, as a person who, owing to a well-founded fear of persecution, leaves his country, are unwilling also, obviously, to return back to his country, avails himself an opportunity to be looked at and considered whether he falls in as an asylum based on these criteria I'm going to list it. One is the result of his race. The persecution is the result of his race, religion, nationality, political opinion, and a member of a social group. Let me list it again. For you to be recognized as an asylum, as a refugee, you must have well-founded fear of persecution, and you are unwilling to avail yourself to the country of your origin, where you are fleeing from, or where you are avoiding to go to, based on these criteria that have been enacted and approved under the United Nations Convention 1951. One is as a result of your race, result of your color, which is race, your nationality, your religion. And it's also the result of your political opinion. And then also the last one, as a member of a social group. Now, the question people have always asked is that how do I come in here? In the course of my applications in immigration law, I've come to realize also that while taking instructions, certain individuals fall into the category of an asylum seekers or refugees. Now, when people hear the word refugee, it sounds a little bit not too comfortable to individuals to say, I'm a refugee. But these are people not as a result of their own making, but as a result of circumstances they find themselves. That does not make the person far less than the person who is making application within the immigration laws. Now, under the immigration law, there's one is immigration. The second is asylum. Under the immigration law, as I said, immigration. Under immigration, there are applications that are lodged within immigration rules and those outside immigration rules. And then the other segment of immigration law is asylum seekers. Asylum can also be categorized into two: those adult asylum seekers and child asylum seekers. And child asylum seekers can go further to be explained as those who are unaccompanied child asylum seekers. But for the purpose of this program, I'm dealing with altogether of it, which is asylum, because they are based on one particular thing. Now, an individual flees his country or leaves his country. You see, at a circumstance, they don't understand that it falls within the criteria. Now, the expectation is that that individual comes to the border, or the first very moment he enters the United Kingdom, makes himself available to the authorities, the border control authorities, or the Home Office, or the UKBA, and explains his predicament, and then he's taken out from there. Now, I will take it further now, ladies and gentlemen, in this application. Once an application for asylum has been identified, the Home Office is bound to consider the circumstances leading to this individual leaving his country. Now, as I said, in the course of my practice, I've come to realize that a lot of folks get it wrong. When they make an application, especially those within the rules or those outside the rules of immigration application, they come to realize they fail to identify that they have a ground to claim asylum. But they are ignorant of this. Why are they ignorant of this? Because they have not sought the right advice. That is why I always talk about taking detailed instruction on this program when a client or when you call me to come and see me in the office. That is when I will be bound to take detailed instructions from you and advise you accordingly. And I always call it tailor-made advice, because I would have taken all the necessary information that I need to piece out the whole story. From the stories, from the information I'll be picking from you, and I will now advise you whether even what you had in mind, you may not even realize that what you had in mind will not be what I'll be advising you on. But because your circumstances will give me a picture of whether or not there is well-founded fear of persecution in the country of your origin, or the country you're coming from. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, 80% of applications I've seen, those who've come to me, I've also realized that even when they are pursuing immigration law, application, they are also suitable and eligible to apply for asylum. But even in that circumstance, their grounds for asylum is much more stronger than immigration application. How will you know? You wouldn't know until you come to see me. And then I will take step by step to explain and to take instructions from you. You can see that when I weigh both in balance of scale, you have much more better opportunity to claim asylum rather than your immigration application, especially those outside the rules. Even those that fall within the rules still have these, or still are eligible to claim asylum. Now, there are so many case laws and court interpretations and statutes that provided that you will be considered, and this application will be considered. Now, what are the chances of success here? But you see, your story will show the chances of success. The good thing about asylum is that you may not have hard evidence to bring before the table. You may not need to have hard evidence. You may not need to have documentary evidence. What the Home Office looks at, or what the court looks at, assuming the Home Office refuses the application, the matter goes to the next stage, which is appeal to the Immigration Tribunal. Of course, you'll be given right of appeal, even when you don't have rights, even when you don't have rights to be in this country. As long as you claim asylum, and it's recognized within this criteria as I mentioned, which is race, which is nationality, which is religion, political opinion.
Law Simplified with Justice, the new informative, educative, and thought-provoking program is what you need to keep abreast with law and politics. This exciting and truly refreshing program is anchored by Justice Maduforo, a solicitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a soul-searching discussion here with my colleague. We've been dissecting sole responsibility under the immigration rule, those under 18 and those above 18 years of age as well.
Law Simplified with Justice understands that law is a powerful driver to human behavior. It is therefore poised to simplify the law and get you to take action.
We'll bring it to your doorstep and simplify it the way that you will understand.
Contact Justice by calling 07931 727 597 or email lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk. Law Simplified with Justice, bringing the best to the audience.